Welcome to the Proceed Halftime Report. If you need seed, think Proceed. With us today is the district sales manager down in Southwest North Dakota, Zach Peterson. Zach, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with some silage corn you're selling. How are things going?
You know, it's been in South Central North Dakota, it's been an excellent silage year. You know, guys are getting into that mid-20s, even a little bit above mid-20s in the tonnage, and, you know, it really looks good. We've got 4 really outstanding varieties of silage corn, ranging from our earliest is a 92-day, and then we've got 104, 105-day that have been really good sellers for us, really good yielding, you know, top yielding producers, and really excited about next year. We've got a new variety, it's STS 103, and that's a Roundup variety, and we're very excited to see how that does because it looks really, really good.
So guys should call you now to get the early variety, right? The early change?
Yes, I got enough. We got enough in supply that, you know, we'll try to kind of spread it out and let people get a look at it, but it looks to be some really, really good stuff.
You got some other unique varieties of corn that you want to talk about. Tell us about those.
You know, we have an outstanding lineup of corn right now. We have over 50 varieties, and like the big thing is we got diversity. We can cover whatever you need, whether it's, you know, if you want just a straight Roundup variety, or if you're planting corn on corn and you want like the 3000 GT, we got it covered. You know, no matter what your issues are, we can cover you with the varieties that we have in our lineup.
A few more seconds left. We always talk about the Right Choice program. You got another program you wanted to mention as well.
We've got a program we started last year called the Corn Plus 24 program, and it's pretty simple. The way it works is if you plant 24 bags more of Proceed corn than you did last year, we'll be giving you a 20-quart Yeti Roadie cooler, which is pretty handy to have when you're combining corn.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Zach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That's the Proceed Halftime Report. Again, if you need seed, think Proceed. Stay with us. Much more coming up.
Welcome into the Proceed Halftime Report. Alex Egan, Ryan Gellner here with you. The first half has been a lot of the Bison, but Western Illinois hanging in there, only getting field goals and the blocked field goal at the end of the first half there. A 21-6 score here. And the Bison come out firing on all cylinders on defense. On offense, here's King Frazier with the opening points of the day, a 3-yard touchdown run. The Leathernecks answer back with a 29-yard field goal. That was a 16-play drive that stalled out. Easton Stick has been throwing the football. There he throws it to the wrong team, the only turnover of the first half. And then we see what Western is doing is that underneath pass.
Very conservative. McGuire 13 of 18, 92 yards. Finished that drive with a field goal. And right now, sticking around in this football game at this point in time, we said we'd see a little bit of the quarterback draw. There it is.
And the Bison have been able to handle that pretty well. Easton Stick to Dallas Freeman.
St. Michael Albertville, first career catch. Nice looking catch.
You don't see that too often. Then we see a little bit of Easton on the run. We haven't seen too many designed quarterback runs for Easton Stick. That was a broken play. And then King Frazier on 4th and goal.
Garrett Malmstrom, what a block right there.
1-yard touchdown run there. That would make it 14-6. And then the Bison weren't done. Good to see Chase Morlock getting out on the edge. And then Easton doing it through the air. Jeff Ilias, 1 foot down. That's all you need. That's all you need is 1 foot. 21-6 at that point. Like I said, the Bison blocking a field goal there right at the end of the half. Let's take a look at your first half stats brought to you by the North Dakota Certified Seed Producers. And tail of the tape here, 21-6. Rushing yards, Bison lead. Passing yards, Bison lead. Total yards, Bison lead. Turnovers, the one you don't want to lead in. They lead that one as well, and 4 penalties for 28 yards. Your assessment of the first half.
Well, we talked about time of possession, and the guys have hit on it during the game as well. And Western is dominating that. 20 minutes to North Dakota State's 9.5 minutes. So Western is dominating the time of possession, but everything else on the scoreboard leaning towards North Dakota State. What a final 3 minutes for NDSU. Getting the 2 touchdowns, the defensive stop there at the end with the blocked field goal. The final 3 minutes, I think, sums up more of what we expect from North Dakota State than did the first, half and change from what we saw from NDSU.
Your first half stats brought to you by your North Dakota Certified Seed Producers. You mentioned the time of possession. The Leathernecks are 5 of 10 on 3rd down. They've extended the drives that they needed to extend. Fortunately for the Bison, it's been a bend but don't break on the defense, and they've only limited them to field goals.
Yeah, they've kept them out of the end zone, which is absolutely huge for this Bison defense. And now we'll see what the halftime adjustments, which North Dakota State has been so good at doing, we'll see what the halftime adjustments what NDSU comes up with. You would expect them to keep the throttle down offensively and see if they can continue to get Easton Stick shooting some balls long, getting some long passes in this football game.
I'll tell you what they're going to have to first do when they get out of the halftime break is catch their breath, because it is a long trot to the locker room there at Western Illinois for the Bison. We will step aside. We'll get you caught up on all of the action in the Missouri Valley today. It was a busy day.
Big one.
And some big games, some big results. We have that for you next here on the Proceed Halftime Report. Welcome back inside the Proceed Halftime Report. 21-6 Bison lead over Western Illinois. A busy, busy, busy day around the Missouri Valley Football Conference. Let's show you the scores. Our game, the only one still in progress. All the rest of them have been completed. Let's show you the scores from today as in Northern Iowa. Hello. 61-7.
Northern Iowa in this football game was up 50 throwing the football. I mean, wow. Eli Dunn, backup quarterback, starts this football game. Maybe a quarterback controversy. Aaron Bailey, injury, not injury, don't know. Eli Dunn, 25 of 33, 418 yards and 2 touchdowns, and throwing the ball up 50 in that football game. Go figure.
Yeah, that's Northern Iowa for you. 61-7. Northern Iowa next up on the schedule for the Bison. South Dakota using a backup quarterback as well today to get past Illinois State at the Dakota Dome.
Yotes are 3-1 in the Valley. It's Austin Simmons who throws 2 touchdowns off the bench. That's a big win for South Dakota. They're sitting at 3-1. Not bad.
4-3 overall. Illinois State, boy, the nightmare season continues. 3-5 on the season. Just 1-4 in Missouri Valley Football Conference play. On the bottom half of the slate, Indiana State taking a 22-14 win on the road to spoil homecoming at Southern Illinois.
Yeah. Isaac Horner threw for 336 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. Indiana State still sticking around.
They are now at 2-3 in the conference. Southern Illinois is still without a conference win. And then the game that a lot of people had their eyes on, South Dakota State remains perfect in Missouri Valley play.
Everybody chasing the Jacks right now. Wondered how they'd bounce back against a tough opponent on the home turf. They played pretty well. Dallas Goddard, 6 catches, 108 yards. Taryn Christian, a very efficient 189 yards. And something like 50 rushing yards against Youngstown. But South Dakota State, real deal. Everybody's chasing them.
Youngstown State entered the game without having given up a rushing touchdown. That streak comes to an end as South Dakota State does pick up a rushing touchdown. In this game, Taryn Christian, like you mentioned, he had 11 carries, 60 yards on the ground.
60.
It doesn't matter. South Dakota State has the win, and they are the top team in the Missouri Valley. Did anything surprise you from today?
I think so how South Dakota State came back. I think a lot of people expected them, after the emotional win over North Dakota State, to maybe take a step back, maybe not lose a football game, but they were very efficient, and they were very good at home today. And I don't know that a lot of people expected them to beat Youngstown 24-10, and that game really wasn't even that close. Watched some of that game today, and South Dakota State just, I don't want to say they dominated, but they came out, they played like they should be atop the Missouri Valley.
Youngstown playing their 4th string quarterback.
A lot of backups.
Not good for them, so you can see why their offensive struggles have been happening. I think the Northern Iowa game, 61 points for the Panthers today. That is an incredible number, and they put a lot of stuff on film for the Bison to look at as they go to Northern Iowa next week.
And no Aaron Bailey today. They're saying it could be some sort of an injury. Maybe we'll find out more on Monday, but this seems to be setting up as we don't know who our quarterback will be this week, North Dakota State. We're going to make you prepare for 2. One guy that can sling it, that's Eli Dunn, who threw for 418 yards today. The other guy who's dual threat, Aaron Bailey, will make you prepare for both, tell you who our starter is just as we get out the gates. That's what I think is happening.
I think so, too. I think there's a little bit of gamesmanship going on there, but that's the beauty of football. All right, that's it for Around the Valley. 21-6, the Bison lead at halftime. We come back, we'll talk second half adjustments here on the Proceed Halftime Report. Welcome back into the Proceed Halftime Report. 21-6, our halftime score. North Dakota State with the lead over Western Illinois. Easton Stick, 7 for 11 through the air, 141 yards. He's got a touchdown. and an interception. We talked about how Easton needed to make plays. Are you seeing what you wanted to see out of him?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not quite yet. Easton Stick, I expected to throw it down the football field a little bit more based upon what past teams have done and what North Dakota State had talked about a little bit coming into this football game. And it'll be interesting now with North Dakota State with this lead. Obviously, they'll want to put the hammer down here. The idea is, I would assume, to get Easton Stick going in this football game because they need that. They need Easton Stick to play well, and the young defensive backs for the Leathernecks are very susceptible to the deep pass, and I would expect NDSU to at least take a couple shots here.
And we saw Easton come out throwing the ball in that first drive, and he hits Darius Shepard on a big play. Shep's got 3 catches for 74 yards, a lot of that coming on that first play from scrimmage. But then after that, it wasn't all that much. Defensively for the Bison, just keep doing the same thing, right?
Keep on keeping on. They're playing great defensively right now, limiting the run game. They're limiting the pass game, keeping the quarterback in the pocket. And, hey, we have heard the defensive ends' names in this football game. Much different than a week ago when we didn't hear much from the defensive ends for North Dakota State. They're getting pressure on the quarterback, and if that continues, it makes everybody else so much better.
And to your point there, we're actually hearing all of the defensive linemen's names as we get through this first half of play. 21-6, our halftime score. As we get you set, we'll send you back out to Hanson Field there at Western Illinois. I've been interested to see how the Bison respond here. That's a long walk coming out of the halftime break. I'm not sure that there's a lot of fans there to get the energy going, so this will be a battle of attrition, I feel like.
Talked about it before the game. You've got to find your own energy, make your own energy. Why not do it right now on the football field?
All right, second half action. Brian Shawn, Lee Timmerman, Beth Hool on the call for you.